It was actually greater than my expectations.
Absolutely everything I ever expected it to be and more.
It was unbelievable.
The level of talent is really high. Everyone comes extremely prepared.
And I was really surprised by how well the company does treat you.
Everybody knows your names, from the general director to all the stage hands.
Like, it's the little things like that that really make you feel like you're part of a community here.
And the point of that community is to make great art and put on 4 great productions. But in the course of it, they learn an awful lot.
You're going to sing in 3 or 4 operas that are simultaneously going on.
You know, to be doing Carmelites one night and then to have to do an Elixir that day.
I learned how to be on stage, and I wasn't getting that from my college.
You can do things over and over in a practice room, but until you get on stage and do it, that's when you're actually learning.
And you get to work in a really phenomenal theater too. You get to learn how to act, really act with somebody who is sitting 6 feet away from you.
When they see you on your way, you know, if you come back for more than a few seasons, it just feels like they really support everything that you're about. If you continue to work hard.
It's not enough just to give people an opportunity once or twice. I mean, if you really want to help develop young talent, you have to nurture it and you have to set people up for success.
You graduate to better roles as you go along. My last year here, I was singing Barbarina in The Marriage of Figaro. Shortly after that, they contracted me to sing Pamina in flute this year.
I started in the Young Artist program last year. This year I'm a festival artist. It's changed all sorts of things for me professionally.
Gosh, I want to say almost like a third of the people that I first worked with, I've seen in principal roles here. That's incredible.
Whether or not we get to reap the benefit of the extraordinary talent is not as important to us as that person is able to achieve everything that we had hoped for.
During the season, we make sure that the young artists have a lot of time to coach and work on rep that they might not be working on in the current season.
The coaches here who are world class.
You will get English language coaching here that just isn't available in any other opera house.
And they're all just really wonderful and cool, down-to-earth people.
You never feel intimidated by anybody here.
You get to do master classes with some pretty incredible people.
People like Stephen Lord. You're not going to get the information that he can give anywhere else. He's just a mastermind, and it's an honor to be able to work with him.
And having him say, you need to do this, and then actually giving you a reason for having to do that, that's not going to cut throughout the entire house. The conductor's not going to be able to follow what you're doing right there. It's not about him at all. It is about helping you to do the best that you can.
I try to find ways for them to articulate what it is they're doing so that they can start to make informed choices and not just choices that someone told me to do. And so that the performance that they give is ultimately theirs and not a copy of someone else's.
I remember him telling me, you're living the dream, just live the dream. Have fun doing what you're doing, and you are amazing, you know, as you are.
There's nobody around who understands the repertory better than Stephen Lord. He was one of the premier coaches before he became a conductor. Jim Robinson is one of the foremost stage directors in the world today and does master classes and coaching work with all of our artists.
He taught me so much about how to carry myself on stage when I was a young artist.
And then we invite other people who come in for the season to do things for us. People like Frank Lepardo and Denise Graves. And this year we're very excited because we have Stephanie Blythe. She's not only one of the great American singers, she's also one of the great American teachers.
Watching principals work is a very valuable part of being in the Young Artist program here, I think. Watching how they just handle day-to-day rehearsals, how they handle sickness.
Sometimes you will stand behind someone who can just sing a fantastic note and watch exactly what they're doing and watch them open their mouth or take their breath this way. Oh, that's how to do that. It's pretty cool.
Getting to work with Christine Brewer in Carmelites has been pretty amazing. She's a fantastic musician and an extremely giving person.
Anytime you mess up in academia, it's like, oh, woe, it's me. The whole day's ruined. They mess up a little thing and it's like, whoops, that was a little thing, but I still have a whole performance to do. It was really important for me to see that and for me to learn how to do that.
I've gotten to work on stage with people like Elizabeth Futrall, Stephanie Blythe, Ricky Ian Gordon wrote a role for me with an aria in it.
We really set up an environment where all of these people can interact. So even though they might not be working on the same shows, everybody is completely accessible.
Things like the company picnic, where you really get to kind of meet everyone who is involved with putting on this entire season.
Going down on a furuncular or whatever that's called to like this amazing boathouse. And
it's one of the beautiful settings of St. Louis, and we've been going there for 31 seasons now.
Just get to lie in the sun all day, get some beer, jump off some buildings into the water, and it's great.
New first this year, we got one of our conductors to take the plunge, and our chorus master took the plunge.
There's no pretension in this company.
I've never worked for a company that has as much fun as this company has.
Something really magical about Opera Theater St. Louis is the tent, and you can go after the shows and meet the patrons.
And it's just this really comfortable atmosphere that you don't get at other theaters.
To me, it's what it's all about, doing a show and then celebrating afterwards.
I mean, what other place will your rehearsal room turn into a dance party on the opening night?
Just before each show opens, we have a cover sing-through with the conductor of the show.
The Magic Flute cover run with Jane Glover. It wasn't just a run through, she actually worked with us, so the attention to detail and how much time she spent working with all of us. That was just one of the most extraordinary musical experiences I think I've had.
It just creates those relationships with those people, and that's something that will continue for the span of your career.
It has not been uncommon at all for conductors who've been performing here to invite singers who had been here working with them to go elsewhere and work with them elsewhere. Because we have a Carmelite monastery here in St. Louis, it seemed opportune to do our cover sing-through of Dialogues of the Carmelites at the monastery for the sisters who are cloistered there.
It just seems like there's so much passion and like caring behind the art that goes on here.
The chance to be part of world premieres, last year's champion, this year's 27, and in the next years, who knows? That's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
One of our greatest assets is that almost since the very beginning, we've had the great St. Louis Symphony Orchestra as our opera orchestra.
They put on great shows, which brings important people to watch.
They really want you and want to help you to sing the best.
I can't tell you the pleasure I get from watching the progress some of the singers have made just in my short tenure here.
If it benefits you career-wise in any way, it's just from helping you grow as an artist.
It just forced me to take myself to the next level.
I think that I would choose St. Louis over other programs for lots of reasons, but it pays well, that's nice.
It's important that we pay them a living wage, provide housing free of charge for them. That compensation is another form of respect.
They see really the true talent and what the possibilities of that talent can be.
We try to take away all of the minutiae, handle all of the housing arrangements and all the travel arrangements and all of the scheduling arrangements to create an environment in which they can feel safe, where they can take risks, all of the aspects of what it takes to grow as a young artist.
So in the 2015 season and annually from then on, they will get to sing major pieces from the operatic repertoire in concert with the St. Louis Symphony.
Is there a question of whether or not they should do this or another program? I feel like that's pretty obvious, do this one.
Send in your application, get an audition if you can, and then just sing your heart out at that audition and hope for the best. And if you get in, yeah, definitely come. Definitely come to St. Louis.